my friends, and welcome to Ups and Downs live from the Principality Stadium in Cardiff, Wales. That's right. Come on. It's the best time of the year. It makes Come in here, my friend. Give it up for this. What's your name, kid?
Charlie.
Say Charlie. Come on. Simon's the best. So before we even get started, Charlie, my friend, you are getting it up. And that's the end of the show. Like the video, share the video, subscribe. We can't top this. The golden up's come. There is a golden up. There is a golden up. Right. Let's get on with this. As you know, WWE just had their first pay-per-view in forever in the premium live event in the United Kingdom, and we have just come out of it. Now, as a show of noise, just did we enjoy it or did we not? Make the positive. You can do interesting things with your main event and people will still like it. However, we have one problem. Phil, turn 180 degrees. Ah, yes. It was the classic Fiend roar noise that he used to make all the time. Okay, let's get on with the show, my friends. First of all, I want to thank you for congregating here. You genuinely do make my day. You make my life. These shows are so good. And for all the people on the internet that say, I don't like those ones, I love them. So it's all good. I will let you in on what happened. So the pre-show was Madcap Moss and Street Profits versus Alpha Academy and Austin Theory. There you go. You can see he was over. It was just a fun opener. What I was really impressed with is that Madcap Moss was super over. And say what you like about Austin Theory, that boy got some heat. And I kind of thought to myself, whereas Madcap Moss needed the Madcap Moss on the screen because he has generic music. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew that having opinions could be so well loved? So what I did really enjoy is that Madcap Moss, I think he had to have his name, but when Austin Theory's music hit, it was instant. People hated him, and it finished with Crazy Montez Ford, Frog Splash onto Chad Gable. It is going to get an up. Did that air on anything, or was it just for us? Does anybody know? Was it on the network, Peacock? We don't know. We have no idea because we were here. And if you watch a pay-per-view live and you watch it on your phone, you're strange. That's the thing. That's strange. So, our first big match was Damage Control, which obviously Bayley's group, versus Asuka, Bianca, Belair, and Alexa Bliss. And the greatest part about this is that Bayley was trying her damnedest. I love you too. But we have to go to dinner first. What? Do we even need to do this? Like, shall we just chance? We could just chance. So, my favorite thing I liked about this was that Bayley was doing her damnedest to try and be a heel. It did not work. There you go. Because of this chant. This chant was constant. To the point that... my friend. So, yes, this kept happening throughout the entire match, and Bayley played up to it brilliantly. We're just going to use it as the sound. We've never had background sound like this on Ups and Downs, so we're going to go roll with it. Look at that, they got Simon signed. There we go. I tell you. up. Don't let anybody. I'm sorry, my friend. You do not come to a WWE show without getting. Never, ever, ever, for my bald brethren, never let them tell you that going bald is a bad thing. People bring signs. It's wonderful. So we're just going to say this. The coolest thing about it, it was a really long match, not in a bad way. They gave it time. It was really good. And the finish was absolutely perfect. I mean, there was some shenanigans. And Bayley hit the Rose Plant. Io Shirai hit the moonsault. Bayley pins Bianca Belair. And why did she do that? Because there is our championship feud going forward. It is getting it up. Very light. I like this. I like this a lot. We then saw, actually, I didn't have a problem with this, but I was devastated. We saw Tyson Fury in the crowd. We'll get back to him. But we saw Bret Hart. Why didn't he get an entrance? Oh, my gosh. I wanted it so much. But I imagine he probably went, no thanks. I don't need to go through that. But it was awesome seeing him. And he got the kind of reaction I've always wanted Bret Hart to get, which is, we saw him, right? Which is great. This is not a good episode for my detractors. This is a really bad episode for my detractors. We then moved on to Sheamus versus Gunther. If you are a massive nerd, what I think you should do is go through this match and count the actual moves they do to each other. I counted 3. Because all they did was they punched, they kicked, they chopped, they booed each other in the face, they punched, they kicked, they chopped, they teased the beats of the baldry or whatever it's called. The baldry! They teased that thing. Balor, that's the one. Eventually he hit it, everybody went crazy. And the reason this one stood out to me the most is because, look, I don't believe we would have done this match in a pre-Triple H WWE regime. I just don't. It was the least WWE thing you have seen, and because of that, it meant we didn't need more than 6 matches, because every single one felt different. You have to go and watch this. If you enjoy 2 massive men beating the shit out of each other, and you do, I know you do, I can see it in your eyes, you have to check this out. It was fantastic, and my friends, here it is. We're going to drop it. It doesn't just get the up, it gets the good. That's right, I love this. I was having a ball of a time, and it ends when, good grief, Gunther Walter, whatever you want to call him, hit a massive lariat onto Sheamus. This was not worked. This was a real lariat hit to somebody else, and Sheamus just got the best reaction the entire time. This made me feel warm and fuzzy in my tum-tum, my friends. That's what it did. That's what it did. That's right. It's a true story. I've told it before, I tell it again. First time I did Tum Tum, a nameless person messaged me and said, Simon, you cannot say Tum Tum. I went, I'm now going to do it twice as much. And here we stand. There's nothing wrong with your Tum Tum. Unless you have a poor Tum Tum, go see your doctor. Or your healthy, happy Harry. I don't know. That was terrible. So we then struggled because I don't think you could have put anything on after this without the crowd going dead. Now, we had an argument between a debate between the WhatCulture people, and we fit an argument. What are we talking about? We had a debate. Maybe Edge could have gone here, but I think Edge would have gone, I don't want to follow that. Screw that noise. So the ball fell in Shayna Baszler and Liv Morgan's court. Now, they had a good match. It was a good match. They did everything that they said they were going to do. They worked on the arms. They went after the arms. Somebody told me that Shayna Baszler may have been injured for real. There he is, my man there.
I saw her get on a stretcher car with her elbows clutching her elbow.
So maybe she's injured. And it kind of just, I think the ending was, it just ended. Liv Morgan just hit the Oblivion, 1, 2, 3. But the thing here is I never believed Shayna Baszler was going to win. The build has been fine, but it's been kind of, not quick, but it's... Hang on. Simon's Goldberg. Oh, son of Goldberg. That makes more sense. I mean, Simon is Goldberg could have been a thing. I am Goldberg. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, yeah. But I thought, sorry. Hang on. Oh, there is a sign. There's a sign. Simon, give me a golden up at Clash at the Castle, Roman Reigns Miller. I'll be Roman Reigns Miller, why not? They can have it up. Give them it up. Give them up. Now look, I'm going to give Liv Morgan Shayna Baszler. I'm going to give it an up because it wasn't bad. They had a decent match, and as I've said before, you do not boo me when I give ups and downs. Not on my live show. It's too easy, my friend. Well, you're allowed to go and get a drink. That's fine. But I had fun. I enjoyed it. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just, hang on, what? I don't know. It's just drunken people shouting as always. But I think the reason we did this is the crowd did come down because flub me sideways. We then had Judgment Day versus Edge and Rey Mysterio. Edge came out. Holy crap. It was as if everyone had been told the next person that comes out is going to give you all $20. And you're like, well, we use pounds here, damn it. So I cannot get over the pop. It gave me goosebumps, which makes absolute no sense. But it was phenomenal to the point. Felt a bit sorry for Rey Mysterio. It's like, where's my massive pop? But they gave it to Edge. Now, we don't need to talk about this match. It was a really good tag team match. Edge did the worst 619 I've ever seen in my life. But that's Edge. If you're watching this, I did once and put my back out. So what can I talk about? It got to the finish. Now, the interesting part, I think I got this right. A lot was going on. It's hard to make notes and focus on wrestling. Dominic, correct me if I'm wrong, trips Finn Balor. We then get a 619. We then get the spear. 1, 2, 3, big pop. But then Dominic, you're like, well, Dom, if you were going to do this, why did you help them out in the first place? But he's young. He's young. He's like 8 years old. That's how he's portrayed as a toddler. He kicked Edge in the balls, got a great reaction, and then he clotheslined his damn dad. Daddy Mysterio got clotheslined. Unbelievable. But I think... Dom Guerrero. It's smart. It's smart. But the reason I thought this was so damn good was it was the perfect place to do it. Everybody went absolutely crazy. And you had the best reaction. We got the, way, we've seen a heel turn to, how dare thee. Boo. And then Dominic's facial expressions as he was leaving was really good. I'm excited about this. Even more so, we cut to Judgment Day, who were just laughing their asses off. So good. And it doesn't actually feel like he's going to join Judgment Day, so maybe now you can prolong this, but they can still try to indoctrinate him. So it's getting it up. I enjoyed this. Massively good. Incredibly, we're down to the last 2 matches. And I was very pumped for this next one. It was Seth Rollins versus the renew Matthew Riddle. And I was like, I think they're going... They didn't go as crazy as I thought they were going to go. They were actually more reserved, but I think it worked given what was going to happen in the main event. It was... kind of, I don't like saying it was slow to begin with because it should have been slow. We were building, we were moving forward, and we were accelerating. So when we got to those last 5 minutes, oh man, I was so invested. And the good thing about these last 2 matches, I didn't know who was going to win. I couldn't call Seth or Matt. I couldn't call Roman or Drew, and that kept me on my, So when we got the near fall after that pedigree, Riddle kicked out just by doing like a fist flap. Oh man, I bought it. I think everybody bought it. It was so damn good. But the interesting part is, and this is when I thought Drew's losing. Riddle gets back in the ring, he gets curb stomped, and then Seth Rollins, oh my days, gave him a curb stomp off the top. If that had gone wrong, Matt Riddle's dead. There's no 2 ways about it. Gets to 1, 2, 3, but there was no shenanigans here. I mean, Now, I didn't hear commentary, but I think they will probably tell the story that Riddle lost his cool, tried to use a chair, and that's what cost him. But as soon as Seth Rollins won that definitively, I was like, he's got to be the next opponent for Roman Reigns, because Karrion Kross and Drew McIntyre are probably going to have a thing. Really good though. It's getting up, by the way, in case you're interested. Which brought us on to the main event of the evening, as my voice is about to leave me. Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns for the unified, very special left, right, north, west, south, east title. They chanted this a lot. A lot. He is still the champ. But what worked, as we've already touched upon, is they knew it, we knew it, everybody knew it. You had some people think it was going to be Drew, you had some people think it was going to be Roman. And really, because wrestling is all about moments, it was like, it's got to be it. It's got to be Drew McIntyre's night. And what we did is we kept the sports entertainment and the WWE match to the last contest, which made it 10 times more fun. We hadn't seen this throughout the night. We saved all the bumps, the bells, the whistles for this. The ending sequence, oh my days. So... I'm not going to go through all this waffle I wrote down. The things that made me react the most were Austin Theory coming out to cash in his Money in the Bank. He got punched by Tyson Fury, and because I was so frantically making notes, I went, who was that? I thought it was somebody in the crowd. It was Tyson Fury. But this makes sense. But this protects Tyson. This protects Theory. He got knocked out by the World Heavyweight Champion. Of course you did. However, from here, oh my days, we got back in. We'd already had a bunch of spears, a bunch of Superman punches, a bunch of Claymore kicks. We got back in. Drew hit the Claymore kick, and you're like, that has got to be it. Everybody came up for it. Everybody went nuts. And then just as the referee was about to hit 3, who interfered, my friends? It was basically the third Uso brother, Sequoia down from NXT. I thought it was just so smart. Come here, WWE. Well done. Well done. Because you have now taken that man and you have made him, at least in this country, the #1 heel. He is a star straight away. And honestly, I did that thing where I took my hands and I rubbed them in my face. Because I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Roman hits the spear, 1, 2, 3, and you could feel the heartbreak. And do you know why this is good? Because you should run the gambit when it comes to pro wrestling. You should feel happiness. You should feel sadness. No, you meant to boo that one. You should feel pissed off. Yes! No more. You don't understand the reactions here at all. You should run the gambit, and we did here. You could feel it. Oh, freedom. Freedom. Why? Why shouldn't we just break down a whole country into one catchphrase? Why shouldn't we do that? But seriously, it was awesome. 1, 2, 3, match is done. Interestingly, Tyson Fury confronted Roman Reigns and they shook hands. And then afterwards, he did the same with Drew McIntyre. And then they sang a bunch of songs, as you would do, including... I know, right? I've never heard him do that before. Sorry? Which you can see live on our channel, because this was off air. So make sure you go check out that video now. I presume it's going to be called What You Didn't See After Clash at the Castle. But in terms of how main events go, if Roman Reigns was going to win, which he did, sad face, sad pandas, this was the perfect way to do it. It builds the bloodline. They got an extra member. We've made a star. Drew McIntyre actually comes across as a more sympathetic babyface because he got screwed. He had the match won. So I'm giving a round of applause. Round of applause. Round of applause for the main event. Sami Zayn's dead, according to my good man Charlie. So rest in peace to Sami Zayn. We're very sorry to hear him break this news on Ups and Downs of Clash of the Castle. But obviously, it gets an up. And do you know what else gets an up? Every single one of you. You're too kind. You're too lovely. You make my day. You make my life. No. I never get up. No way. I never get up. You can't argue with the people. You can't argue with the people. I will take that golden up and I'll store it away for the rest of my life. My friends, genuinely, thank you for coming out here. Thank you for making this what is always the best episode of. I just gave you an up, you silly person. Give it up for Phil. Give it up for Phil. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Phil.
Sorry, you're the man. I was so excited. I watch it every week.
I appreciate you. But genuinely, you don't... I tell you what it does. I can't even... What's the word? Process this right now. You literally shut my brain down, which is not healthy. So... But seriously, you make this job the funnest job in the world. I'm a very privileged man. I thank you very much. Just quickly, like the video, share the video, subscribe. If you're that guy, leave that comment like, I don't like these episodes of Ups and Downs. We're going to keep doing them regardless. Because when I wake... Look what magically happened. I magically became the WWE champion. Who knew? Who knew? I did it. And I did it for all of you. That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. We love all of you. Thank you so much for making us feel like $1 million. We are signing off from Clash at the Castle. We hope you enjoyed it. We certainly did. I have to host an event tomorrow with no voice. Who cares? Who cares? You take care, my friends. I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon. Come on. Come on.